Angel Reese herself in some hot water after her attention-grabbing stunt at the Super Bowl. And honestly, the blowback is nothing short of hilarious. In a recent viral moment, Reese tried to call out a fellow player for allegedly being a ball hog, but the irony of the situation couldn't be ignored. Reese, who has made a career out of forcing bad shots, missing layups, and padding stats with offensive rebounds off her own bricks, is now lecturing others about sharing the ball. It's safe to say that this move didn't go over well with fans, and the backlash has been swift. While Reese was chasing clout at the Super Bowl, Caitlin Clark was out there quietly proving why she's a dominant force in women's basketball. Clark's approach to the game speaks for itself. No drama, no distractions, just pure, unadulterated talent. She continues to break records, elevate the game, and inspire the next generation of athletes. In contrast, Reese has made it clear that her priorities lie in the pursuit of fame, and the gap between the two players is growing wider with every passing day. Let's rewind a bit. It's not the first time Angel Reese has been criticized for her playstyle. Her shot selection has often been questionable, and her tendency to force bad shots instead of passing to open teammates has been well documented. But this latest stunt, accusing someone else of being a ball hog while Reese herself is often guilty of ignoring her teammates, has taken the criticism to a whole new level. To add fuel to the fire, Reese's claim was made while she was participating in one of the biggest events of the year, the Super Bowl. While other players are grinding in the gym, focusing on their craft, Reese was out here trying to steal the spotlight, flashing her chest and hoping for some attention. Now let's take a moment to reflect on the actual basketball side of things. Caitlin Clark, for all her success, doesn't need to chase viral moments or flashy photo ops. Her game does all the talking. Clark is focused on growth, improving her skills, and making her team better. That's why she didn't show up at the Super Bowl to make a fashion statement. Instead, she was out there working on her game, staying locked in, and preparing for what's next. In fact, you even need to play in a game to outshine Reese. Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement ceremony, which garnered over 1.1 million viewers, proved just how much her presence is valued by fans. That's more viewers than Reese's games can even dream of pulling in, even on their best days. What's even more telling is that while Reese was busy making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Caitlin Clark was continuing to dominate, reminding everyone why she's at the top of her game. She didn't need to show up at the Super Bowl or wear a flashy outfit to grab attention. Her numbers, her legacy, and her consistent performance do all the talking. Meanwhile, Reese's game struggled to gain any significant viewership. On a good day, Reese can barely scrape together 100,000 viewers for her games, but Clark's presence alone was enough to draw in over 1 million viewers. The disparity is shocking, and it serves as a glaring reminder that there's a reason Caitlin Clark is considered one of the best in the game right now. While Reese was out there trying to stay relevant with her Super Bowl appearance, Clark was putting in the work. No distractions, no drama. Clark isn't focused on clout or chasing attention. She's focused on her game, and it shows. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark is consistently breaking records, setting new standards, and earning respect from players, coaches, and fans alike. In contrast, Reese is spending her time complaining about paychecks and skipping practices. It's clear that Clark is building a legacy, while Reese is building a highlight reel for Instagram. Reese may be playing in the WNBA, but let's face it, her games are largely unwatchable. Her missed layups, forced shots, and empty stats aren't impressing anyone. She'll take 5 shots, miss 4 of them, and then grab a rebound off her own miss, only to count it as a double-double. But let's be honest, is it really a double-double if most of your points come from cleaning up your own mess? The truth is, Reese's team often plays better when she's on the bench. When she's off the court, the offense flows, and the defense tightens up. Her absence improves the team's performance, which is a clear indicator that she's not the game changer she thinks she is. Now, talk about Reese's superstar status. She's been hyped up by her fans and the media, but the truth is, she's not living up to the expectations. Her own fans are starting to realize that she's all talk and no action. Reese is constantly complaining about being underpaid, but the reality is she hasn't shown the kind of growth or commitment to the game that would justify a bigger paycheck. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is setting an example for young athletes everywhere. Clark is focused on improving, dominating her competition, and inspiring others to follow in her footsteps. Her dedication to her craft speaks for itself. In fact, Clark's presence in the WNBA has had a much greater impact than Reese's. While Reese struggles to make a significant impact on her team, Clark has turned the Indiana Fever into a powerhouse. With star players like Natasha Howard, Duana Bonner, and Sophie Cunningham joining forces with Clark, the Fever are poised for greatness. Meanwhile, Reese's Chicago Sky are still struggling to find their footing. Not a single marquee free agent has shown interest in joining Reese's team, and her claims that people want to play with her are starting to sound more and more delusional. The Indiana Fever are stacking up talent, and it's clear they believe in Caitlin Clark's vision. As for Reese, well, she's still chasing photo ops and complaining about everything that isn't going her way. The contrast between the two players is striking. Caitlin Clark is about greatness, while Angel Reese is about fame. One is building a legacy, the other is chasing clout. The Super Bowl stunt was the final nail in the coffin for Reese. While she was out there trying to make a splash, Clark was doing what she does best, focusing on basketball and continuing to elevate the game. The gap between them isn't closing. It's only getting wider. So, of real basketball greatness, it's time to recognize who's truly making an impact. Caitlin Clark is leading the way, both on and off the court, while Angel Reese is more concerned with staying in the spotlight than improving her game. And if you needed more proof of Clark's dominance, just look at the recent ESPN rankings. While Reese barely cracked the top 15, Caitlin Clark is sitting comfortably near the top, solidifying her status as one of the most dominant forces in women's basketball. The numbers, the viewership, the accolades, they all speak for themselves. Caitlin Clark is the future of women's basketball, and she's already here. Reese, on the other hand, is stuck chasing fame and making excuses for her shortcomings. It's clear who's on the rise and who's fading into irrelevance. So, what do you think? Is Angel Reese just chasing attention? Or does she have the potential to prove everyone wrong? Will Caitlin Clark continue to dominate? Or is the gap between these two players starting to close? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Click the video on the screen and stay tuned for more updates. We'll see you in the next one.